Alright, so coming up to the first real boss. I have now, now that we've gotten into combat, I now have, the red crystal here means I'm an astral fire, which boosts my fire abilities, and that's my big damage. Meanwhile, ice is my mana recharge. Only reason I'm switching between the two is that I don't lose my progress on this ticker. I want to keep this status up between pulls. There's a better skill for this at later levels, but for now I'm just using this ability to toggle. The ideal is to be starting my fights in ice.
My name is Mustadio.
Popping this. This is a passive buff that I want ready to go. We're going to be using instant move ability to get underneath. And here we go. We pop the instant move ability. We cross underneath the boss with ley lines. We get a lot of our spends going. I'm always watching this number. These are my positive buffs. So we cross left, because it says right hand gun. We have the cast bar aligned next to the boss cast bar, so that we can see how long we have to dodge. This next move is why we always want to be at the center as well, because these two are going to shoot out columns in front of them. We take advantage of switching from fire to ice gives us a reduced cast time, and we use that cast time to shift over. As long as we are clear of this square, we're safe. So this is going to track us, but it doesn't do damage until it stops, so we bait and then we step outside. This is our biggest damage spell. Basically the entire rotation is about casting this as much as possible. And he's going to go into a phase where he's going to be untargetable. So at this moment we are looking to burn resources and throw damage in. So we want to end in ice when this cast bar finishes. We did it. We're good. If we don't finish in ice, then we end in fire, and in fire mode your mana doesn't naturally regenerate. So you end up just sitting through this cutscene with empty mana. And that's not good for your damage output, so you always want to end in ice here. Alright, so this mechanic's simple once you know it. Open part of the circle has to face him. It's him scanning you for the ultimate shot, basically. And then we want to go back to center, where he spawns and end up right underneath. And then we're going to start our opener again, fire, get our thunder as a damage over time effect, so we get it next. Pop ley lines and our instant cast ability, and we burn all our mana on fire. We switch into ice, and we see this is right, so we move to the left. This one is not followed by the equivalent on the other side, but it's the only one that's not followed by the equivalent. These mines are also dropped in enemy or player positions, but they are never dropped in you if you're near the center, so there are multiple advantages being in the center, and the final one is going to become apparent in a moment. We're watching our dot here. So these will be quarters of the arena, so as long as we're clear here, we're good. That's why we plant in center underneath him as well, so we can just dodge both. And then he's going to be doing the double side-to-side guns again in a moment. So we want to stay underneath him and dodge accordingly. And then he's going to double this, so we go to the other side. Thunder has just run out, so we refresh that. We go for one more fire cast. These next mechanics are also most easy to dodge from the center. He's going to do 2/4 of the arena and 4 columns, non-adjacent columns emanating in these robots. So okay, so that far side of the arena isn't safe. Oh. I accidentally miscast, turned off my bonus there, just had to get it going again. I accidentally cast this while in ice phase. safe here, because those are the tethered, yeah. Also, we can tell we're doing the most damage right now, because all these little numbers indicate our aggro priority. I've got 2. The tank has 1 because they have automatic aggro priority with their tank abilities. That's how they get enemies to attack them. So right now, that indicates that I'm ahead on damage here. I have ley lines back up, but I don't pop it because he's about to go untargetable. Just burning resources again. We don't lose control like we did last time, so you don't have to end in ice there. But you're still trying to just burn resources to make up for this little bit of downtime, keeping our status going with our transposability. And then this one we go to center because he's going to do an AoE attack immediately. And here we go. We got our cycle going again. Ley lines. If I see this has 5 seconds or more, I can cast another fire, but if it's less than 5 seconds, oh. Okay, we're going right. I think he's almost done.
You have proven yourself deserving.
So, something else I didn't talk about.
With this, my journey can, at long last, come to an end.
Worth mentioning, these bosses are good guys. They basically have sacrificed themselves to seal in a greater evil, and they are testing you. So you have to get past these bosses, but they otherwise, you know, they support your endeavor if you beat them. So that's kind of nice. We're gonna pause recording.